Well, the first thing is to understand that we're not suggesting that you attempt to change a belief. We don't want to change a belief. We want to create a new belief. And you have to have the understanding of the vibrational foundation in order to do that. I'd like to give you at this time our belief process. I wouldn't normally do this at an interview, but I think it's important because they're pushing me. But I think it's important to share this with everybody because this is how they showed me. Now, I had already an understanding of who I really am. That does not mean that I was trusting it all the time. It is a process of shifting, certainly. And it is all in the discovery of who you are. So it's not really, from our perspective, it's not a money issue. It's an alignment issue. You're always in alignment with something. And if you have a belief in lack, you are in alignment with that vibration that delivers that experience. When you're in alignment with abundance, you are in a vibration that delivers that experience. It's a different choice. And it manifests many, many different things. And, the emotional response is very important. That's your first indication. That's your ego and your soul working together to keep you in alignment because only you can choose. Your soul's not choosing for you. You're choosing. So Joseph said to me one day, let's create a new belief system. And I said, wow, would be great. They said, take a piece of paper and draw a line down the middle. And I said, oh, like the pros and cons list. And he said, exactly. So on the left-hand column, they said, we want you to entitle this, My Current Belief System. On the right-hand column, it's entitled, My Soul's Perspective of My Current Beliefs. Then they said, we want you to begin listing on the left-hand column all your current beliefs. And me, being a little arrogant, I guess, I thought about it for a minute and I said, I don't have any out of alignment beliefs. I've been hanging around with you guys for a long time. I don't have any. And they started to laugh and they said, okay, we'll be here when you get back. So I left for a minute, came back a couple minutes later because now I started receiving them. And I started making my list. And I have to say that it was very difficult for me to admit to some of the beliefs I had after all this time. As I'm going down the list, I noticed the emotions that I was feeling as I'm writing these out of alignment beliefs. And I started feeling really bad about myself. Couldn't believe I had that belief. Couldn't believe I had created that. I just didn't want to, I was arguing with myself the whole way and really feeling bad. Got to the bottom, I was crying. And I felt so bad about myself and what have I done? And, all this stuff, really bad. So I picked up the paper and I looked up and I said, this is not who I am. And they said, this is the belief system you are currently working from or have been. And I said, that is awful. And they said, put it down, Cindy, calm down. Let's go to the right-hand side. My first belief I'll share with you, which was very difficult to write, said, I am not worthy of this task with you. Really hard for me to write that. As I wrote their response, which was, there is no one more worthy than you. As I'm writing that, I was covered in this overwhelming vibrational blanket of love, like I'd never felt before. Pure alignment, just undescribable love. So now I'm going down my list and I'm feeling now the emotions that manifest from the in alignment beliefs, clearly seeing, feeling the difference. Get down to the bottom and I'm crying again, but overwhelming joy, just joy of the appreciation I had for this perspective now. It was so cool. So they said, okay, now we want you to look at both lists and we want to give you our perspective of your current belief system. I didn't want to look at it. I have to tell you, I didn't want to go back there, And they began saying things like, you are so loved and we are so proud that you have taken this journey on our behalf and chosen all of these out of alignment situations from which to experience in order to learn who you really are. And I'm hearing applause and I'm hearing fireworks and just drenched in love and appreciation and kudos and admiration. And all of these things shifted me right there. I'm shifting like crazy in this whole process that lasted all of 10 minutes. And they said, now look at the right-hand side, and you have created the new belief system that is in alignment with the new earth vibration. The new earth aspect of you, the new physical aspect of you, who awaits your arrival on your new experiential planet, is holding these beliefs for you in their non-physical world. It's all non-physical at this point. So what I learned through that was profound for me. It shifted not only my perspective of my belief system and how it came into being, now I understood it. And understanding, we say, is what breeds your expansion. That's what the events on your soul's eternal path are made of. It's understanding.